Well, did you like it? I hope the fans did. What a heck of a game, huh? Really proud of how hard the guys fought. Hats off to Eastern Washington. I don't think that was a fluke. I think they're that good. Said earlier in the week, the quarterback, Mr. Adams, is he's deadly accurate, gets the ball out quick, he never panics. He's a playmaker, fun guy to watch if you're in the stands in red, not so much on our side. But my hat's off to those guys, they played good. Really proud of our offense. Did what they need to do, made a lot of strides, improvements, started with our O-line, going to our running back, proud of Siler, getting his first chance, and being pretty efficient out there for the first time. So, kind of figured it might come down to a game of turnovers and those type of things, and I thought there was three huge plays, two of them turnovers that we got, which was probably the difference, along with Brian Clay recovering that onside kick. That he doesn't get that. That's a short field, and I thought that was a good gutsy call by Bo Baldwin and company over there. And luckily Brian Clay was on point, and he's a heck of a player. And I'm glad he's a Husky.
How much of a concern is the defense after a game like this?
Yeah, extremely. I mean, we got to play a lot better than that. So, I told the guys last night, all we're going to do right now is learn. I mean, that's what it is. And I told them, I don't care what the score is, what happens, we are going back to work on Monday, and that's always going to be our mindset. And if it's not, then we can't work with it. And it doesn't matter what happens. So last week, the defense was really pretty good. Offense couldn't do a whole lot. We flip it this week. A reversal of fortunes, and hopefully eventually we can put two good sides together, play good special teams, and get something going.
With Siler, his two career starts are 69 points and 59 points.
Yeah,
he obviously. He's. What is it about him that just it just seems like people feed off his ability to move the team?
Well, we get a lot more football to play before we, knowing him as a guy that's going to get us 50 points every game. But I thought he did some good things. I think he has, like I said earlier, he's got a good command. He knows what's going on. He's still learning. He really is. I mean, there are some things out there like, there's more out there. We left some meat on the bone out there. And, the good thing about Siler is he's very passionate about football. He studies hard. He's a gym rat around here. And so he'll continue to get better and be more effective as well.
Disciplinary, taking Marcus Peters out after the...
Yeah, I'm just not into stupid penalties. And it's really easy for me. It's not even an issue whether the guy's going to play or not if we're not going to conduct ourselves the right way. And so you don't play like we want you to play, conduct yourself right, you're not playing. It's not even a decision for me. It's easy.
Can you talk about the DB's performance after taking him out? They didn't really yield that much in terms of yardage and points.
Our guys stepped up, played. It was good to get some other guys in there and let them compete.
Have you gotten out of LeVon Coleman kind of what you expected to see, or has he exceeded?
No, he's kind of exactly what we thought. I mean, he's a tough, hard-nosed runner. All those guys did a good job. That was my committee, and those guys are a great, great committee so far. I mean, I was proud of Coop getting in there, getting some hard yards. I mean, that guy, my hat's off to him. All the things he's been through, and not even from last year. I mean, he was banged up in spring again, and he's just done a great job battling through. It was nice to get Shaq in there. So he could do a little bit. So, it was good to run the ball like we did.
Was that the plan with Shaq that you were just going to give him one series? Or?
We really were. We got some guys that are all healthy right now. He's been working hard. We like every time we get in there, we like what we see. And so we wanted to get him a series. And he made the series kind of short. We like that.
He didn't have a ton of opportunities in fall camp. Did you get him a few more reps the last couple of weeks?
Not a bunch. Just a little bit. Just kind of. You get him a little bit in rhythm, and you really can't get a guy like that in rhythm until you give him live reps. And so that was his first go around. And I'm anxious to put the tape on and see how. Sure, he's got pretty good vision. You can see that. But I think I played his block pretty clean as well.
What did the defense? What did you guys try to do at halftime in terms of trying to make some adjustments to slow them down?
I think we had to get more pressure on him. There was just he was not going to flinch with the rush. We didn't give any pressure on him with 3 men. And, he's a tough guy to go against because we'll sit back there and wait and just wait for somebody to come open. If you blitz him and you don't tackle him, which we did a few times in the first half, he's going to slip out and he's going to make a tag. And so a little bit of pick your poison. But I thought our guys rallied a little bit better in terms of pass rush. Kokowski sending more pressure on him, and I think that worked a little bit better for us.
Did you anticipate it might turn into that kind of shootout, just knowing what you did to their offense?
You know, I never know how these games are going to go. You know, I didn't anticipate the last one Hawaii being 16, 17. I knew they'd score some points, and I was hoping they would. And I think it would be this high scoring where really neither defense could stop the other side. No, I didn't. But I'm glad we got a few more points, and we'll go back to work on Monday. And, you know, like I said, I think people don't realize, you know, how many guys we lost out of that secondary here last year that were really good players. There were three really good, solid players. So now we got kind of all new guys in there, new schemes, and we got to get them dialed quickly.
I guess, Coach, can you talk about the first game here as the head coach in front of the home stands?
Yeah.
Running out the tunnel and playing here.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was great. I loved it. It was so cool. I mean, when you look up there into those rafters, you see all those people and those triple decks. And it's really, it's amazing. It's awesome. And then they started the Go Dogs chant, and that's impressive. I don't think they know how impressive that is from down on the field. And so I really enjoyed it, and I appreciate everybody coming today and bringing energy. And I hope they enjoyed the game. You know, I know everybody's going to be defense this and defense that, but it was a heck of a football game. At the end of the day, Dogs figured out how to win.
Coach, with the sophistication of college offenses, what makes it so difficult for young defensive backs to come in and perform?
There's just a lot of space out there. You know, you spread offenses, you just spread them out. When you get a mobile quarterback that can keep things alive or carry the ball, you know, that's one of the things that really changes it from the NFL, in my opinion. Because you gotta, you know, we're nervous about getting our quarterbacks beat up too, but it's a little bit of college football, and you just won't see that very much in pro football. I see a little bit of it, I've seen more of it, but just the fact that you spread them out, I think the fact that linemen can go downfield basically on passes, you know, those run play actions is really, really tough on the linebackers. I mean, in the old days, you know, linemen come off, the old days, 3-4 years ago, linemen come off the ball to run block you, they're going to hit it like a ton of bricks, and you can't do that anymore. You have to make sure these receivers that are coming behind you for throwing lanes, that he is going to hand it off. So it's almost like play pass first, and then come up to defend. And, you know, I think that, we can talk for a long time about this, but I think that coupled with, you know, the high schools, you know, they're throwing the ball more, they're running the spread offenses, that they're more sophisticated when we get them. And so it's just, it's tough being a defensive guy these days right now.
Coach, defense struggled today, but Danny Shelton just seems to be really getting it up front. Where would you be without him?
I'm really proud of Danny. You know, I thought Howard played well. I mean, too. But Danny, I mean, he is a big guy, strong. That type of game isn't really his type of game. That's not really his strength. I mean, his is like run the ball at him, you know, 50 times a game and then clog up the middle. And that's not Eastern style. He played a lot of snaps. He was getting pressure in there. You know, like I said from the start, I've been as proud as Danny as anybody that I've been around from when he came in here and, you know, December, January, to where he is right now as a player, as a person, as a leader on this team. He's done a great job.
And with Howell, just having to drop back into coverage, he's just so effective rushing the passer. He tempted more to get his hand down over there a little bit.
I like him when he's going after the quarterback, when he's going the other way. But we got to, you know, we do some different things, and other guys will get to the passer. But, you know, I think we're still learning our guys and what works best for us. And, you know, we can't do any 1-2 things on defense, or we'll really be in trouble. But, you know, this will be a good tape to put on. I mean, there's no question. And then so hopefully some of our, you know, young DBs will play a little more confident and make plays. You know, I think Mr. Adams made some spectacular throws and really good catches by those. So a couple of our young DBs were right there. They just made a really good throw and a really good catch. You know, that's always our thing. Is they kind of run it. You know, we don't want guys wide open in seams and running, and we're not tackling well. We're running downfield. The guy makes a great throw and a great catch, and then we tip our hat and move on and try to reload. They're going to make plays. They got scholarships too.
With the hands to the face, was that technique? Was that discipline? What was the
a
issue
little bit
there?
of both. I think it's a little bit of both. I've never seen that call so many times, and so that'll be a point of emphasis without question. That really hurt us. you know, our unsports, you know, Keyshawn got one, sliding on the quarterback late, Marcus got a penalty, we had hands to the face, we were offsides against an offense like that, that killed us. That really hurt us. And so that is discipline, that is technique, and so, you know, we gotta get some things figured out in a hurry on those type of things.